Hey everyone, and welcome to your deep dive. We're diving into a book today that's practically, a legend in the self-improvement world, Think and Grow Rich, by Napoleon Hill.
Yeah.
Now, this isn't your typical, get rich quick scheme.
Right.
Hill actually spent decades interviewing, giants of their time, people like Edison, Ford, to kind of understand what made them tick, what really set them apart. And you know what he found?
What's that?
It wasn't luck or privilege,
Yeah.
but a set of principles, like a mindset that honestly anyone can cultivate.
Absolutely.
So get ready to unlock some serious potential, because we're going to break down Hill's blueprint for success.
It's incredible how relevant this book still is. I mean, we're talking almost a century later, and these principles haven't aged today. I think that's because at its core, Think and Grow Rich is about, understanding the power of your own mind, and that's something, we all possess.
Okay, so let's just jump right in.
Yeah, let's do it.
Hill doesn't beat around the bush at all.
No, he doesn't.
He starts with what he believes is the most crucial ingredient for success, and that is burning desire.
Yeah.
And we're not talking about casually wishing for something, right?
Not even close.
Okay.
This is about a desire that's so intense it consumes you.
Oh.
It becomes your driving force,
Cool.
It's the lens through which you see every decision, every action.
Okay, I'm intrigued, but also slightly intimidated. How do you even cultivate that level of desire?
Right.
Paint me a picture.
Okay, let's talk about Edwin Barnes.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of him?
Probably not.
Probably not, no.
Who is this?
He desperately wanted to work with Thomas Edison.
Oh, wow.
Thomas Edison.
Yeah.
And not just for him, mind you, but with him.
Okay.
So Barnes shows up at Edison's lab, practically bursting with this desire, and just announces his intention.
Hold on. So he just walked up to Thomas Edison and was like, hey, I want to be your business partner.
Pretty much.
Bold move?
Bold, yeah, and maybe a little naive.
Yeah.
But there was just something about Barnes's absolute conviction that intrigued Edison.
Really?
So he gave him a menial job, just a foot in the door.
Okay.
But here's the thing. Barnes didn't see it as a menial job.
Oh, interesting.
He saw it as an opportunity.
I like how you think.
He used that role, however small, as a stepping stone, always keeping his eye on the ultimate prize. And you know what? Years later, Edwin Barnes was Edison's business partner.
Wow, talk about persistence paying off.
I know.
But it sounds like it goes beyond just not giving up.
Yeah.
It's like what's that phrase? Burn the ships.
Yes.
There was no going back to a life without achieving that desire.
That's exactly the kind of commitment Hill is talking about.
Okay.
It's that burning bridges mentality,
Right.
When you're that invested in your desire, retreat just simply isn't an option.
Wow.
So, let me ask you this. What's something you want so badly it consumes your thoughts?
Oh, gosh.
How can you cultivate that same level of burning desire for it?
That's a really powerful question.
Yeah.
It's one thing to have a dream, another thing to really be willing to go to those lengths, you know? But let's say you've got that fire in your belly.
Yeah.
What's next?
That fire needs direction.
Okay.
That's where Hill's next principle comes in.
Yeah.
Definiteness of purpose.
Okay.
It's not enough to just have a vague desire for success or wealth.
Right.
You need to define exactly what you want. The specific goal, the timeline, the nitty-gritty details.
This is where I think a lot of people, myself included, tend to get tripped up.
Sure.
We have these big, lofty ambitions, but then we try and really pin them down,
Yeah.
Give me an example of definiteness in action.
Okay, think about Henry Ford.
Okay.
Back when cars were just a luxury for the wealthy.
Right.
Ford decided, he said, I want to make these affordable for everyone.
Okay.
He told his engineers, find a way to build a cheaper car, even when they thought it was impossible.
Wait, so Ford's definiteness of purpose, his crystal clear vision of affordable cars for everyone, that's what led to this revolution in the auto industry.
Exactly.
That's wild.
It's not just about wanting something.
Yeah.
It's about knowing exactly what that something is.
Okay.
It's the difference between saying, I want to be rich,
Right.
and saying, I will have specific amount of money by specific date.
Yeah.
Because of specific actions I'm taking.
Wow.
See the power in that clarity.
Absolutely. Vague goals, vague results.
Exactly.
But that laser focus,
Yeah.
That's how you turn the seemingly impossible into reality.
And that brings us to what might be the most mind-bending principle of them all.
Okay, hit me with it.
Hill's assertion that thoughts are things.
All right, hold on.
Yeah.
I'm all for positive thinking. But isn't that pushing it a bit? how can simply thinking about something make it real?
Right.
I'm not sure I'm buying it.
Hear me out.
Okay.
It's not about, like, wishing something into existence.
Yeah.
It's about understanding that your mind, particularly your dominant thoughts, have a really powerful effect on your reality.
Okay.
So Hill tells this fascinating story about an enchanted kettle.
Okay.
An old country doctor sold it to a young drug clerk,
Okay.
claiming it, brought good luck and fortune.
Okay. Now this sounds like we're heading into like fairy tale territory.
The kicker is the kettle itself wasn't magical at all.
Oh, okay.
But the drug clerk, fueled by his belief in the kettle's power, he found all these really creative ways to leverage it, to market it, to build a thriving business around it.
So it was his belief, like that belief fueled his actions, that sparked his creativity, and ultimately led to his success.
Yes.
It wasn't actually the kettle.
Exactly.
The magic was in his mindset.
Exactly.
That's fascinating.
And that's Hill's point.
Okay.
If you truly believe something is possible, you'll find a way to make it happen.
Okay.
So let me ask you this.
Yeah.
What limiting beliefs might be holding you back?
Ooh.
How can you replace those with thoughts of abundance and achievement?
Right?
That's the challenge.
It's about like really taking control of those thoughts, those internal conversations we have with ourselves.
Yeah.
Because if we're constantly like, doubting ourselves, how can we ever expect to achieve anything great?
You're catching on.
Oh,
and you know where those thoughts take root.
Where is that?
Deep down in the powerhouse. That is your subconscious mind.
The subconscious mind, it's like the, the control center we don't always realize we have access to.
Yeah.
But if we can like tap into it, if we can understand how it works, that's where like real change can happen.
That's the game changer.
Yeah.
Hill describes the subconscious mind as this incredible force that's working tirelessly behind the scenes to turn your dominant thoughts into reality.
So it's like what we repeatedly tell ourselves, what we truly believe deep down, our subconscious just like takes that and runs with it.
It's not about, judging whether those thoughts are good or bad.
Okay.
It just acts on them.
Oh, wow.
And that's where this idea of autosuggestion comes in.
Okay, autosuggestion sounds intense. I don't know.
It's a big word.
Break it down for me.
It's basically about consciously feeding your subconscious mind the messages you want it to believe.
Okay.
Even if you don't fully believe them yet.
Interesting.
So think of it like repeating affirmations to yourself.
Okay.
Visualizing your desired outcomes.
Right.
Basically, rewiring your internal programming.
So if I keep telling myself, I am capable, I am successful, even if in the moment I'm feeling like anything but my subconscious mind will eventually start to like accept that as truth?
Exactly.
Wow.
And the more your subconscious believes it, the more your actions, your entire reality will start to reflect that belief.
Wow.
That's powerful stuff.
Yeah, it really is. It almost sounds too good to be true.
Right.
Are there, are there real life examples of this actually working?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Hill actually shares a really personal story about this.
Okay.
His son was born deaf.
Oh, wow.
And doctors at the time, said there was no hope.
Right.
He'd never hear or speak.
Right.
But Hill refused to accept that.
Wow.
As the end of the story.
He wasn't going to let that, be the deciding factor.
Right.
Yeah.
He just relentlessly instilled this belief in his son and in himself that he would hear.
Wow.
He would speak. It wasn't easy, and it certainly wasn't overnight.
Right.
But Hill's son eventually defied the odds.
Wow.
He grew up to hear and speak.
That's amazing.
Proving just how powerful belief can be.
That story gives me chills, I'm not even gonna lie.
It's powerful, yeah.
To have that level of like unwavering faith, even when everyone else is telling you it's impossible, it's honestly inspiring.
It is.
But we've got to acknowledge, like, achieving our goals, it's not always a solo mission.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Right.
Even with the most burning desire and, a mindset on success.
Right.
We can't do it all alone.
It's true.
Hill knew this, and that's why he emphasized the importance of what he called the mastermind principle.
Okay, the mastermind principle.
Yeah.
It sounds like something out of like a superhero comic book.
Right.
What's the gist?
It's about recognizing that, we are the sum of the people we surround ourselves with.
Okay.
No one achieves greatness in isolation.
Right.
We need a support system.
Yeah.
A team of like-minded individuals who can amplify our thinking,
Okay.
challenge us to grow, and offer different perspectives.
So it's like building your own like personal board of advisors, a group of people who like not only support your vision, but also aren't afraid to like call you out when you need a little reality check.
Exactly.
Okay, I like it.
Think about Henry Ford again.
Right.
You know, we often hear about his innovations, his drive, but he didn't achieve all that alone.
Right.
He surrounded himself with brilliant minds.
Yeah.
People like Thomas Edison, Harvey Firestone, Luther Burbank.
Wow, what a crew.
Right.
Yeah.
They challenged each other, pushed each other, and ultimately achieved incredible things together.
It's like having like a team of superheroes, each with their own unique powers, coming together to save the day, you know?
I love it.
Right. It's pretty cool, but what about when those like, you know, inevitable challenges pop up, those moments of doubt that kind of threaten to derail us, you know? How do we face those head on?
This is where Hill's insights into fear are incredibly valuable.
Okay.
He considered fear to be like the biggest dream killer.
Wow.
This like formidable obstacle on the path to success.
Right.
But he also believed we could learn to overcome it.
Oh,
Let's even use it to our advantage.
Wait, turn fear into fuel?
Yeah.
How do we even begin to do that?
Hill identified 6 basic fears that he said tend to hold people back.
Okay, what are they?
Poverty, criticism, ill health.
Okay, yeah.
Loss of love, old age, and death.
Those are some heavy hitters.
Right. These are fears that, you know, resonate with people from all walks of life.
Yeah, for sure.
And he argued that by acknowledging them,
Okay.
understanding them, and then reframing them,
Okay.
we could break free from their grip.
So it's not about pretending those fears don't exist. It's about changing our relationship to them.
Exactly.
Okay.
So instead of letting them paralyze us, we can find ways to, like, you know, work through them.
Yeah, that makes sense, actually.
He tells this really incredibly powerful story
Okay.
about a condemned man
Oh, gosh.
calmly eating his last meal.
Wow.
Even in the face of, you know, death, this man found a sense of peace and acceptance.
Wow.
That's the power of decision.
Right.
It's not about the absence of fear,
Okay.
but about choosing courage in the face of it.
That's powerful stuff.
Right.
We all experience fear.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's really like our response to it that truly defines us.
I think so.
So if I'm hearing you correctly, Hill is saying that, like, you know, by cultivating this burning desire, getting crystal clear on our goals, harnessing the power of our subconscious, building that strong support system, you know, facing our fears head on, we can, like, achieve pretty much anything we set our minds to.
That's the core message of Think and Grow Rich.
It's pretty powerful.
And it's a message that, you know, continues to resonate with people all these years later.
Yeah.
Hill provides, like, you know, a framework, a set of tools, but he also acknowledges that the journey is unique for everyone.
Right.
It's not one size fits all.
It's about, like, taking those principles and figuring out how they best apply to our own lives.
Absolutely.
Or our own aspirations.
Yeah.
But where do we even begin to put these ideas into practice?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Yeah, it feels very, I don't know, big all of a sudden.
And luckily, Hill offers some, you know, practical guidance to help us bridge that gap between understanding and action.
So we've got this, like, incredible toolkit of principles, right?
Yeah.
Burning desire, definiteness of purpose, the power of thought, the mastermind principle, overcoming fear. Like, how do we actually take these off the page and apply them to our lives?
Right.
It feels, I don't know, kind of overwhelming.
That's a good question. And I think a lot of people, when they read Think and Grow Rich, you know, they get to the end and they have that initial wave of, okay, this is all great, but now what?
Right. Exactly.
But Hill doesn't leave us hanging.
Okay, good.
He really stresses the importance of organized planning.
So no more flying by the seat of our pants.
Well, yeah. I mean, you got to have a plan. Hill actually says, and I'm paraphrasing here, that even a ton of knowledge won't attract money or success unless
you actually do something with it.
Unless you organize it and put it into action.
Okay.
You need a plan.
Right.
A roadmap, basically, to turn those desires and goals into concrete steps.
So it's like having, you know, all the ingredients for some gourmet meal, but you don't have the recipe.
Exactly.
You need, like, that guidance to really bring it all together.
He uses this analogy of like a missing link in education.
Okay.
Like, we learn all these facts and figures, but, you know, how often are we taught how to apply that knowledge?
Right.
How to use it to achieve our goals?
That's a really good point.
Yeah. That's where the organized planning comes in.
And that's probably where having a solid mastermind group is helpful too.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Because they can, like, you know, help you map out that plan.
Totally.
Bounce ideas around, hold you accountable.
He'll believe that your plan shouldn't be created in a vacuum.
Right.
Like, brainstorm with your mastermind group, get their feedback, refine your ideas together.
It's like having that team of like supportive coaches in your corner, cheering you on every step of the way.
Yeah.
But what about when things inevitably get tough?
Right.
Because let's be real, like setbacks are a part of life.
Oh, yeah.
Part of any journey worth taking.
Hill doesn't shy away from the reality of challenges.
Right.
He actually embraces them.
Okay.
He sees them as opportunities for growth.
Interesting.
He reminds us that, no one achieves lasting success without facing setbacks, without experiencing, temporary defeats along the way.
It's like those are the moments that really define, like, what we're made of.
He actually believed that every failure carries within it the seed of an equivalent advantage.
So it's not about avoiding failure, it's about how we choose to respond to it.
Exactly.
Okay.
Think about those merchants, for example, that lost everything in the Great Chicago Fire.
Oh, yeah.
Devastating, right?
Of course.
But instead of giving up, they rebuilt.
Yeah.
And they created something even greater than before.
It's like that resilience, that unwavering belief in your vision, even when, the odds are stacked against you.
That's the spirit, yeah.
Yeah, it's incredibly inspiring.
It is.
So, as we kind of wrap up this deep dive into Think and Grow Rich, it's clear that this book isn't just about, like, financial wealth. It's about tapping into our full potential in every area of life.
It's about recognizing that incredible power of our own minds to shape our realities.
Yeah.
He might not, hand us the secret to success on a silver platter or anything.
Right.
But he leaves us with this powerful set of principles, a roadmap to guide us on our own journeys.
It's about taking those principles, those tools he's given us, and putting them to work.
That's it.
So to everyone listening, we challenge you to take action.
What's one principle?
Yeah, what's one principle that resonated with you the most? What seed of success are you ready to, plant and nurture today?
Remember, the power to achieve your dreams lies within you. Think and Grow Rich is a testament to that Ponad timeless truth.
This has been an incredible deep dive, I'm not gonna lie.
It has.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Of course.
And remember, the journey to unlocking your full potential starts now.
Let's do it.